About 15 years ago, we had to identify some gaps, how to reach men of color that come from a marginalized population that were at risk. And that population was usually those that are transitioning out of prison systems, street life, gang affiliation, or just unhealthy lifestyles, period. So we created a position that would actually do outreach into halfway houses, into PIP shelters, inebriated shelters, that we provide basic information to get them access into healthcare. I had children that fell into the criteria, that were either caught up in street life, gang activities. So how can we design an organization or a program that will be able to get men to come in and really address some of the traumatic experiences that they've gone through? The recidivism number that we have at 5% right now is due to they come based upon wanting to change their life on their own, and really doing some inventory and assessment within themselves of how do they elevate on a more positive level, and creating people in their life that could be mentors to them, that could be life coaches to them. How do we reconnect them with families, as fathers, as mothers? So that's some of the work that we do in Mosaic. My men were dying. I'm gonna get emotional because when I look at Mike Jerry and Nathan Pickens and even my own children, and just see that the system has failed these men of color, and they have not been able to provide a system that would be conducive to get them to come back on track. And that was part of the foundation of creating the Peace Circle model, to help us communicate with one another, to help us deal with conflict. How do we make decisions, really process some of the emotions that we go through. But the important thing is, how do we reframe? How do we rewrite? Today is our first annual Men's Health Alliance Mosaic Tournament. We have 5 barbershops in the city of Worcester that are part of our pilot program on how to get men to access health care, going to doctors. For every person that just about walked through the door, players that have signed up, they've actually, with no hesitation, sat down, got their blood pressure taken, they've asked the questions. There's been one barbershop that said none of their players have doctors or health insurance. How can we help them?
One of the things we're trying to do is bridge people, get people involved in their own health awareness, and help them get hooked up with both healthy choices and health clinics.
Brenda has guided me and been a real mentor the last 2 years. I've come a long way because of her. She's been helping me get my life on track. Anytime I need anything, or I'm feeling down, out, or I need help with job, resumes, and stuff like that, she's always there, always there.
I've met a lot of individuals that are incarcerated. I've met a lot of individuals that come out of jail and they keep doing the same thing, and to tell them that there's a place where everything can stop, and go to, I think that's very good.
So Brenda recollects the story a little bit different. She says I was the angry black guy, and I don't really recall it like that. I know I was angry, but I don't remember coming in and like, yo, F this and F that, and what can this do for me, what can it do for me? Maybe I was, I don't know. Sometimes you have selective memories. Brothers go there and they kind of, just vent, and it helps you stay straight, at least for that day. So I tell people all the time I'm in recovery, not from an addiction, but recovery from a lifestyle. Because once you realize that crime is not an option, then you're on the right path. And that's the place where I'm at now.
I started volunteering here at the YMCA. I started cleaning the park, helping out with events at the YMCA. Basketball leagues they had, volunteering my time, did everything I can do to prove that I'm a changed person. Brenda was like, I got a position available open doing men's health work, and I needed another CHW to go in these shelters and explain what I was doing as far as getting men and women to go to the doctors. And so that's how I really started understanding that the Mosaic program does work.
It's not acceptable to let anybody go back. Sometimes we go through things, and we generally let people go through what they gotta go through, let them grow personally, but we never give up, and we'll never surrender on anybody that comes through our door.
People first come to the Peace Circle, they're like, this is kind of whack, because I ain't trying to tell people what my life is about, and I'm a man, open it up and stuff like that. Some men cried at that table before, And all of us come from the streets, all of us have a background, all of us have a story to tell, It's signs of struggle in getting in turning your life around.
There's not a revolving door. These people are staying together, they're working as a family, and they're doing the things that are right for them and for their own family. So, I mean, Brenda's been great to support them, and she's been great because she's really been able to uplift the community as a whole.
She has talent, she has energy, and she uses that almost exclusively to help other people. The neat thing about Brenda is that she makes you feel good about joining her. She makes you feel like, you know, being here on a Sunday, first day of spring, she makes you feel like that's a really good place to be.
No matter what happens in my life, she's never judged me, not once. I come through those doors and she greets me with open arms.
She's the first person I can actually say that I've seen with my own eyes and been able to talk to and touch is a real live hero.
Of course, you're gonna do for your immediate family, your namesake, your bloodline. But if you go out and you do that and beyond for those who you don't have that natural obligation, to me that says more about your character. To me, that is definitely an attribute or characteristic of a hero.
It's not about me. I'm an advocacy for the voice to the voiceless, and it's my job to build an infrastructure for men and women like the Mike and the Tyrones and the Kufels and the Nathans to talk about, give them hope, give them love, give them belief, and show that they have the ability not just to rehabilitate, but to integrate into a community that says that they cannot. And we've proven that they can do this.